Stop throwing in ones, Chop. Start putting together.
Welcome.
Good game, Chop. Don't break. He's a beast. He's a beast. He's a beast, baby. Beast. Walk it, baby. From together.
Okay. In the pocket work.
Hundreds of millions of views.
Yeah.
But when you're watching Floyd Mayweather, you have to pay.
The rivalry between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford is intensifying, as Floyd recently leaked a sparring session they had at Shakur Stevenson's training camp before the fight.
Is Canelo washed up now at 35 years old?
Oh, I don't know. Boxing is a lot of wear and tear on the body. Maybe so. I'm not.
Floyd and Crawford have been clashing back and forth ever since the 50-0 boxing legend called Crawford out for a fight, but Crawford turned it down and responded by saying Floyd was only trying to take the spotlight away from him.
If we was ever keep it real, boy, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy.
And after more back and forth between them, Floyd took things to the extreme by posting a sparring session with Crawford on social media. Earlier this year, both fighters visited Shakur Stevenson, and while at his gym, they went a few rounds in sparring, though it was never mentioned publicly. In fact, the pictures Mayweather and Crawford shared from the gym only showed them in regular outfits, with no hint of what had actually taken place. But with their feud now escalating, Floyd Mayweather shared a 30-second clip of the sparring session where he appeared to have the upper hand. His intentions were obvious, proving he's far superior to Crawford, contradicting claims made by Canelo Alvarez, Shane Mosley, and others. Mayweather's reflexes looked sharp, and in those few seconds, Crawford barely landed while Floyd countered with precise jabs.
Using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that, but in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter, though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But, his core personality and his way.
However, he deleted the video from X just minutes later, but by then it had already been leaked and picked up by several news outlets.
That's some grimy shit. I always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight.
Yeah.
I never looked at him like, man.
Actually, it was Terence Crawford and his team who invited Floyd Mayweather to their training camp to better prepare for the challenge on September 12th. The boxing legend was brought in not only to spar with Crawford and observe his other sparring and training sessions, but also to guide him and share tips that could push Crawford closer to victory in September.
In a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd?
I don't know. I thought you'd hesitate maybe even a bit, but no.
Nah, not at all. That's one of my favorite fights.
In the footage released on social media, the two were first seen standing ringside as Crawford and his trainers listened closely to Mayweather's advice. Soon after, they were inside the ring, with Floyd guiding Crawford on defense, stance, positioning, footwork, and overall movement before sparring began. During the session, Crawford had moments where he unleashed flurries of punches, working to break through Mayweather's defense with some success. Later, he shifted to fighting off the back foot, focusing on defending against Floyd's shots.
If I take Floyd Mayweather in his absolute prime, and I take Manny Pacquiao in his absolute prime,
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd still beats him.
Floyd beat everybody.
You don't believe there's a guy at 140, 147 in the history of boxing that could have beat Floyd in his prime?
It'd be tough. Floyd, man, that boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad.
What makes it, because I told people, just say, look at Floyd. I said, Floyd, it's not that he trains, it's his life. And from the very beginning, he's like, I want to be the best.
When I fought Canelo, I was 36 and Canelo was 23, around the same age. Some of these guys won world titles and was undisputed champion. I think, the Tank age, the young low champions.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo was 23 with 43 fights and 30 knockouts.
After their session, Floyd Mayweather was asked about Crawford's performance in training. He responded, "Crawford is a hell of a fighter. He's one of the greatest of his generation, and he reminds me of myself and some of the opponents I've faced. I like that he's hungry and focused on leaving behind a great boxing legacy."
He was inexperienced. I was 36 with 40-something fights. And to tell you the truth, I was over the hill. And so when I fight guys, when I'm in my 30s and they're in their 30s, you know what they say? Oh, this guy all washed up.
The footage of Crawford and Mayweather quickly went viral online, sparking excitement among fans who loved seeing two boxing greats train together, much like Crawford's earlier session with Andre Ward. One fan wrote, "Crawford and Floyd training together looks amazing. I'm proud Crawford is taking the right steps, and I hope he wins on fight night. Canelo isn't ready for what Crawford is about to bring." Another fan added, "That ring is suffering from too much greatness. If this ever became real, I believe Crawford would win." A third commented, "Crawford needs to listen to Floyd if he wants to beat Canelo. He also needs advice from Bivol. Those guys know something others don't, it's their footwork and style. Crawford just has to make it work."
Roy Jones Jr.
Floyd Mayweather, anybody else that wants to smoke the word Jones, we know damn well they can get in on Floyd. Has there ever been a question? That's one thing that's different from Roy, and that's the difference between Roy and Floyd. Floyd picked who he fought. Roy fought whoever the fuck came. He my lady. So don't get me fucked. Yeah, maybe tough.
Do you respect the Floyd 50-0, or is it like?
You gotta respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could retire at 80-0.
One fan also commented, "I like how the necessary fighters are giving Terence Crawford the support he needs. I just feel he'd get this done by decision thanks to Floyd." However, things have since turned sour between the two. With a flawless 50-0 record, Mayweather is regarded by many as the greatest pound-for-pound boxer in history. His unmatched defense and ability to dictate the pace of a fight made him a one-of-a-kind spectacle. On top of that, his career was defined by massive commercial success, with 4 of the 5 highest-grossing pay-per-view events in boxing history to his name.
Jones versus Floyd Mayweather beef. Now, we all know Floyd was showing the videos of Roy Jones getting knocked the hell out. And I said, where the hell did this come from? Why he do him like that? Well, it stems from Roy. We all know, I don't say Roy talking shit.
Mayweather famously ended his career with a perfect 50-0 record, capturing titles in 5 weight divisions and showcasing a defensive style widely regarded as the best in boxing history. He was also one of the sport's biggest attractions, headlining 4 of the 5 highest-selling pay-per-view events ever. Speaking to real-life productions, Roy Jones Jr. was asked if Mayweather's record made him the greatest of all time. He responded, "No." Jones explained that there were more remarkable campaigns in boxing history, saying, "You have to respect anyone who can stay undefeated that long, and I respect it to a degree. But do I think 50-0 makes him the greatest fighter ever? Nah. Julio Cesar Chavez went 80-0 at one point. 80. Are you ever going to top that? He just didn't stop. Floyd got to 50 and stopped because of Rocky Marciano. Rocky died. If he wouldn't have died, he probably would have kept going too."
And I don't know if people realize this, Roy. Your first 50 fights, you didn't get beat. You got DQ'd. Had you been 50-0, would you have stopped?
After I won the heavyweight title and went back down and beat Tarver that first time, I would have stopped right there. But it was in my DNA. It was in my...
Jones specifically criticized Mayweather's farewell fight, a 10th round stoppage of UFC superstar Conor McGregor in his boxing debut. Ultimately, the debate over who is the true GOAT will continue, fueled by the unique achievements and philosophies of these two legends. On the show, Mayweather was asked about Roy Jones Jr.'s claim that he deserved to be called TBE more than anyone else. Floyd responded, "Well, first of all, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And I'm glad Roy Jones feels that way about himself. Every fighter who gave their whole life to boxing and sacrificed so much inside that squared circle should feel that way. So if he feels that way, more power to him."
He's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go.
You understand me? Because now we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Guess what? We are fortunate that we saw the fight. Because to be honest with you, Earl came back from dead and made it back and fought this fight.
I had one fight at a catchweight, but it wasn't my idea. Anyone can go online and find the article about it. At one point, Canelo thought I was scared of him, saying Floyd didn't want to fight him. So he offered to meet me at 152 or 152.5 pounds. I called his bluff and agreed, if that's what he wanted, let's do it at 152 or 152.5. But after Canelo made the weight, there was no clause stopping him from gaining afterward. He weighed in at around 152 or 152.5, but by fight night, he was about 168 or close to 170, while I came in at 151 or 152.
When they were both occupying boxing at the same time, Floyd wasn't sniffing his jockstrap. And I'm talking about Pretty Boy Floyd and Roy. You can't even argue that because we were there. I was there watching both of them. No one mentioned Floyd with Roy. It's not like they're two different eras and you can't compare them. They were being compared. But
Roy Jones is one hell of a fighter. He's contributed a lot to the sport of boxing, and I'm absolutely proud of him. Floyd Mayweather, meanwhile, is often celebrated as one of the greatest pugilists in boxing history. Throughout his illustrious career, he defeated a long list of elite opponents, claimed world titles in 5 different weight divisions, and, perhaps most impressively, retired with his undefeated record, sharp mind, and financial empire intact. It's no wonder he earned the nickname TBE, the best ever.
I've been in a boxing gym and guys have given me great sparring and great work. They say ass whooping will humble you. I go home and say, you got to tighten up, champ. Yeah. You got to get it together, champ. And then sometimes I go home and say, is this for me? I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist. And we all know God only made one thing perfect, and that's my boxing record.
Despite his accolades and flawless record, not everyone is convinced that the 5-division world champion truly lives up to the legendary status that surrounds him.
To me, people don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as near as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think he would have beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off of him? Right. Sugar is a dog. Yeah. People don't, just cause his name Sugar don't mean nothing. Yeah. Sugar is a dog. People don't give him enough credit for that.
As talks about the beef between Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. continue to circulate, new sparring footage from years ago has surfaced, showing Floyd getting the better of Jones and even rocking him during the session. Just as he's been doing since last year, it was Mayweather himself who leaked the footage, seemingly holding a collection of sparring tapes in his possession. Although he quickly deleted the post from his social media page, the clip had already gone viral and spread everywhere. Mayweather was previously involved in a similar incident when he leaked sparring footage with Roy Jones Jr. as well.
And everyone keeps saying, man, what's it like in there with Floyd with his speed? You know, it's not even, he's quick, yeah, but it's not even the speed, it's his timing. He'll set those traps, and he'll have you coming in thinking you're going to land something, and then pop, he's there, and then gone. You know, it's all his timing and experience.
Yeah. Does timing slightly translate into power?
Yeah, it does. The hardest shots are those unexpected ones, which, you know,
ones you don't brace yourself for.
Floyd sets you up for.
In the footage, Floyd clearly held the upper hand, catching Roy Jones Jr. multiple times while slipping and dodging punches with his trademark defensive skills. That defense was exactly what gave Mayweather the edge during the sparring. Jones was the busier fighter, throwing punches nonstop, but Floyd skillfully evaded most of them and minimized the impact of those that did land. It wasn't an overly heated sparring session, but Mayweather still managed to rock Jones several times. And as the boxing world knows, sparring sessions are always very different from real fights.
There's a lot of guys that can do good in a boxing gym. I can have 30 bad days in a boxing gym. The boxing gym don't count. You know, everybody, even like different guys, all around the sport of boxing, rave about what they did in the gym. I'm here to let every fighter know, and every trainer know, and every promoter know.
Sparring can serve many purposes, and a rough showing often just means a fighter is sharpening specific skills. Still, it seemed boxing fans had been waiting for this moment, as they quickly flooded the comment section with reactions. One fan wrote, "I now see why Roy Jones never wants to see Floyd." Another added, "So Floyd tormented a heavyweight Roy Jones in the past, and Roy still thinks he's greater than Floyd? He's probably not even on Canelo's level." A third commented, but y'all know sparring sessions mean nothing in boxing, right? I'd only take this seriously if it were an actual fight.
You're there to make your mistakes in a boxing gym. In a boxing gym, you're there to learn. It's a learning experience. You know, I'm not in the gym. When I'm in the gym a lot of times, I'm there to grow and to get better and help guys get better. And I want guys that's sharp help me get better. So just with me being 40 years old.
Despite what the sparring video showed, another boxing superstar claimed that a prime Roy Jones Jr. would have beaten Floyd Mayweather. The two legends have been trading shots on social media, fueling talk of a potential clash. Such a contest would bring together two of the greatest masters of the sweet science in a matchup that would capture worldwide attention. Their feud reignited after Roy Jones made comments dismissing Floyd's chances against Sugar Ray Leonard. Jones said, "People always say Floyd would have beaten Sugar. No, baby. Floyd is not nearly as mean as Sugar was. For me, I like Floyd. Floyd was cool. But to take it to Sugar and beat him, Floyd would have to do something different. The way he's been handling normal fighters, that's not going to work with Sugar. Sugar's got that third element, heart. We think Floyd has heart, but we don't know, because he's never been truly tested. We know Sugar had it." He added,
"His speed, his power, his punch placement, his IQ, the way that he went about boxing, he's a hooper. I like to play basketball. He fish. I like to fish."
Mayweather clearly didn't take kindly to Jones's comments, as he responded on July 6th with a series of Instagram stories showing clips of Roy Jones Jr. being knocked out in different fights. His silent reply only added fuel to the fire. In the aftermath, Jones not only called Mayweather out for a fight, but many in the boxing community also weighed in on their growing feud. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford, one of the best boxers in the world today, sits near the top of the pound-for-pound rankings after winning world titles in 4 weight classes and becoming undisputed in 2 divisions. When asked about fighters he admired growing up, Crawford admitted he never had a boxing hero, but if he had to name a favorite, it would be both Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr.
Of online beef, we saw Roy Jones here, you know, him and Floyd Mayweather getting after it. Just what are your thoughts? I know you watched it because I could see the smile on your face.
That's two uncles, man, going at it, man. I don't know what to say. I'm, you know, I don't even know how to feel about it. I mean, I do know this. They're fighters, and you know, entertainers and fighters. They're sensitive about their work.
While speaking with fans in Sydney, Australia, Crawford said, "I liked Roy because we had so much in common. He liked to fish. I love to fish. He loved dogs. I love dogs. He loved basketball. I love basketball. I relate a lot to Roy. So that's why Roy was, will, and forever be my favorite fighter." Floyd Mayweather's work ethic, the things he did in the ring, not outside the ring. Andre Ward, the man who sparked it all with his question to Jones Jr., also weighed in during a July 10th interview with Fight Hype. Laughing, Ward said, "Oh, you're blaming me for that? Ah, man, I'm getting the blame for this. Me and Roy were just having a conversation, man. It's just fighters, man." When asked if he thinks Jones Jr. and Mayweather will actually fight, Ward replied, "I don't think they're going to do that, man. Y'all know how I feel about all 3 of them, but Roy was my favorite fighter of all time. I tried to emulate all 3 of them, Bernard, Floyd, and Roy, but Roy is my all-time favorite fighter." And that's all for now. For the latest updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our quality content.